You know that feeling when you're walking alone at night and the familiar streets of your neighborhood suddenly feel different? That's exactly what happened to me last year during my visit to the Philippines. I thought I knew my way around my grandmother's village. But that night changed everything. It started when I decided to walk home from my cousin's house around 10 p.m. The power was out in the village, not uncommon in rural Philippines, but something felt off. The usually warm tropical air had turned unusually cold, and the darkness seemed thicker than usual, like it was pressing against my skin. I took what I thought was our regular shortcut through a narrow street lined with mango trees. But after walking for what felt like too long, nothing looked familiar anymore. The houses were different, older, more decrepit. The street lamps that were working cast sickly yellow pools of light that seemed to make the darkness even darker. That's when I heard it, the sound of someone walking behind me. The footsteps were wrong. They were too light, like someone tiptoeing, but fast. I turned around and there was nobody there. But when I looked forward again, I saw something that made my blood run cold. About 20 feet ahead, illuminated by one of those dim street lamps, was what looked like a person. But they were crouched in an impossible way, their limbs bent at unnatural angles, and their head was turned completely backward, facing me. I froze. In the Philippines, we grow up hearing stories about aswang and manananggal, creatures that hunt at night. But those are just stories, right? That's what I kept telling myself as the figure slowly began to unfold itself, growing taller and taller. The worst part? As it straightened up, I could hear the sound of bones cracking and popping. It must have been 9 feet tall when it finally stopped moving. Then it started walking toward me. No, not walking, gliding, its feet hovering slightly above the ground. I ran faster than I've ever run in my life. I could hear that thing behind me, making this horrible clicking sound with its throat. The streets seemed to twist and turn on their own, leading me deeper into unknown territory. Houses started to look more and more abandoned, windows like hollow eyes watching me pass. Just when I thought I couldn't run anymore, I spotted something familiar. My grandmother's mango tree with its distinctive bent trunk. I sprinted toward it, my lungs burning. As I reached our gate, I heard one final click right behind my head. I slammed the gate shut and ran inside. My grandmother was there, awake, praying the rosary. She took one look at me and knew. She didn't ask questions, just made me drink holy water and burn sage around the house. The next morning, I tried to find that street again in daylight, but it was impossible. The layout of the village was completely different from what I remembered from that night. My grandmother just nodded when I told her and said some places only